Let me make a prediction for you for AEP 27 because you kind of saw at AEP 26 on what's going to be the most popular Medicare Advantage plans really in the nation. Now, I understand it'll be state by state and really county by county, but really in the nation. What I'm talking about is this: Medicare Advantage is still growing, but the greatest growth that we've seen, at least by percent to plan based on current population, that's changing. And that I would actually say that matters right now more than growth itself because of the environment we're in, we're chasing stability more than churn and burn, right? Increasingly, MA growth has been driven by, at least this past year, S&P plans. So when I say S&P, I mean special needs plans. So not traditional MAPD, so I'm not talking about a standard PPO or HMO plan, right? But I'm talking about dual eligible plans. I'm talking about chronic condition plans. I'm talking about institutional special needs plans. These plans are a very different kind of growth than MA's had historically. And this is changing how Medicare Advantage behaves on an actuarial level. So let me explain what I'm getting at and what I'm talking about, right? Historically, so when I'm talking historically, past decade and a half, Medicare Advantage growth has come largely from general enrollment. So beneficiaries that are turning 65, aging into Medicare, or switching from traditional Medicare into a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, these members tend to be way more independent, more geographically mobile. They're more heterogeneous in their risk pool. And that creates a certain type of insurance block that MA carriers have priced for and have structured for. But S&P plans are a different animal. They're serving the dual eligible market. They're serving members with comorbidities or chronic conditions. They're serving members in an institutionalized setting. These populations are way more medically complex than just your average MA member, but they're also more predictable and they have more managed care. That predictability matters, especially in the season that we're in. You know, insurance isn't just about cost, right? It's about the variance amongst the members. So if you have a population with a high average cost, like an S&P member is, but has more predictable utilization, that actually is more attractive because you can manage that better than a population like a standard MA user that has average cost but really high volatility. The S&P population then falls into that predictable category. And then if we add another layer, I mean, take D-SNPs, for example, or dual eligibles, for example, they're receiving multiple funding streams, not just from CMS for a capitated payment or also the excess risk adjusted payment, but including Medicaid payments from state Medicaid, coordinating and helping to fund that